Well, it's often what we see as modelers when we're out and about that goes into the subconscious somewhere. And then when we see it replicated in the scale that we model, then it has to get added to the basket. And I think when you see these, you'll know exactly what I'm on about.
Casey Jones, steaming and rolling. Casey Jones, you never have to guess. When you hear a tooting of the whistle, it's a Casey at the throttle of the Cannonball Express.
Hi, my name's Andy. This is my channel Modeloco for all things model railway. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe. It won't hurt the bank balance. Even become a member and join the gang. But anyway, I think it's fair to say that end scalers have been getting spoilt for choice by Revolution trains of late. So when batch 2 came along of these double O gauge Ealnos JNA-T box wagons, I had to buy a gaggle. They are going to be introduced in TT120 as well, minus on batch 1 the flashing tail lamp option on the back wagon. You can take about £4 off the retail price of a 001 if you go with TT120 when they arrive, but I've opted to go as a multiscaler for 00 because I love the additional flashing tail lamp. From the outset, these are a premium, top of the ladder, top-notch product. The most detailed wagon I've ever set my eyes on. And I think it goes hand in hand with, we once had 1080p and we thought 1080 interlace was great. We've got now 4K, we'll be soon going up to 5K. We're seeing more and more and expecting more and more from our models. And if you want that, then you're going to have to pay for it. They're all sold and boxed individually. You aren't going to be able to take advantage of any multi-pack savings on these. Doesn't come with any discount, reward points or free P&P. You could go for something a bit cheaper from another brand or await the Tippler wagon promised from Hornby in the not too distant future, which is under half the price, but there's just the one running number and it is a railroad model. But we'll wait and see. They may have upped the game a little bit. And I imagine if Hornby had brought this out to the market, they probably would have been about £10 cheaper. What is it worth? Well, it's what it's worth to you. I've made my choice. I'm sticking with it. And I really do love these. These usually come in 4 variants, and I've bought 2 of each. So it's 00-EAL-109A, then there's 109B, 109C, and 109L in this livery, which is the Wascosa. The instruction sheet, fairly straightforward, although it is a little bit confusing when it comes to fitting the batteries, which aren't included in this model. Make sure you get the right ones. More of that in a moment, and all the bits and pieces. But we'll show you how to go on. There's no issue there, and we'll get you up and running in no time at all. DB's 166 MMA A Ealnos box wagons entered service from 2016, and the subsequent introduction of similar JNA-T, which this is, and JNA-X variants has taken the total number in service to more than 1,000. They're used for stone, sand and ballast by wagon leasing companies VTG, Tuax and Ealnos. We've got the detailing pack you can fit depending on what you want to do, and we're looking at the 00 gauge 176.2 scale detail scale model for ages 14 plus. As I'm sure you'll agree, this is an exquisite piece of kit. The detailing is phenomenal. All different running numbers for the different liveries and models. And of course, Key Model World have done some more options, but they've all sold out. Luckily, I wanted this livery, the Wascosa livery, that hasn't sold out by Network Rail. Really highly detailed lamp irons, all beautifully executed, like the transfer work. It's all there, even the tiny bits of printing. Now, they all come with a fake floor. It's all easily taken out, it says, by just pushing up through the hole in the bottom, says the instructions. But that isn't possible on the non-tail lamp fitted. So I find a pad, something with a bit of cushion, and I know we don't like doing this, on Wagons that cost quite a bit of money. Nearly there. And you don't want to damage it with screwdrivers, do you? There we go. No sprung buffers, but it has got the NEM sockets and hook and link standard small D couplings. Just screwed on. There's no spacer washer or anything like that. It nips up to the correct tension, so you don't have to worry about that, but you shouldn't have to remove that. And lovely and free running. There we go. And you can see now with the floor out, you can do with it what you will. But I'll be putting some gravel in these, so I think I'm going to use real ballast doing it myself. Either some card floaters underneath, or put these back in, or just put something under these to bring them up to the correct height and sprinkle. But to save scratching this and the sides, I think I'm going to put them on card first, put those back in, and then slot the card on top. Okay, so that is basically it. Very simple, but very effective. I'd just like to briefly look at the lamp fitted option now. And as you can see in the base, once you remove that fake floor, the recessed area, steel plating below it to give you weight, and way fix the circuit board. It's just held on by 2 screws, and the LED just peeps through. It sits quite securely on this sort of false floor. It is the CR927 3-volt batteries. I just got these off Amazon, and they do go in just one way, which is the bit with all the information on. Wants to be going this way up, not the other way. It won't work. Just push them in with your finger. One goes in that way, this one goes in this way. Not always perfectly soldered into the PCB board, as I can see there, but it does work. That one's the same. And then you get this little flashing red light. Make sure we've no fluff or debris in there. You don't want that, do you? There is a little bit of optical cabling that goes through the lamp, and you can see where the switch wants to be. Another quick look at the detailing underneath, and you can see between the bogies on these lamp fitted Wagons, this is where you do access that small micro switch that you just need to flip over to get your lamp flashing, once the batteries have been fitted, of course. So all I use is a little magnetic tray like this one from Lidl. You don't want a flat bed screwdriver, you just want your jeweler's screwdrivers. I'm just gonna guide that one a little bit way down before putting the next one in. The instructions are a little bit vague. When people design these things, they know it's obvious, but to us, who've never touched one before, I'm not 100% happy with it, but there we go. All done and dusted. It's lined up with the lens inside, the optical tubing, and then we can turn on and off. But there we go. 2 flashing tail ends. So my first run around Lofthouse, just to try it out, was with the Slim Jim Hellion, with a HM7000 sound decoder in there and HM7000 sounds on top. All good. One nice thing about these, I mean, I'm just using my hands, they are very easy to uncouple. The magnetic couplings that I tried didn't work. If you want to find out more about them, I'll put an add-on video very soon, hopefully. Next was the big boy. Okay, let's try it. Take it away. Class 66. And 1 rake. Wascosa Wagons. For your perusal. I'm going to put a diagram of Lofthouse layout on screen. 22 by 18 foot. Going out, down, from Lofthouse station, down Long Hall. Yeah. And this is Long Hall. Past Turner's Yard. The other half of Long Hall here. Past the police station. This layout's in progress. There's just been so much good stuff coming out. You just can't keep up. And Slim Jim there, going through Lower Loft House, or what will be Lower Loft House, over Lovers Leap Suspension Bridge. Next part is what I call Old Chamber, coming down here, an oxbow, the tightest bend, which is radius 2, but it's coming straight off an incline onto a short straight and round a radius 2 all at once. So this really does test the load, guys. No issue at all, you see. Both trains passing. And Lower Loft House station fence, what will be, as it's built. On to Sod's Castle, which is in the far distance. And that is another curve point there, which is always a little bit of a tricky one. And then up Fulcrum Fell, which at its highest peak is about 2.3 degrees. Just as you're passing that road over bridge on the near side and back into Upper Loft House Station. Well, that's just about it for another one. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe, it won't hurt the bank balance. If you can support the channel in any way, then that's even better. But yeah, Loft House and the layouts that I've got are great ways at testing these items out, and I really have enjoyed reviewing these Revolution Trains JNA-T box wagons. And when it comes to weighing up how much these items that we buy are worth for our model railways, it often goes unsaid how much pleasure these bring just by watching, sitting and enjoying the trains go by. Until the next time,
So long for now, we'll be seeing you when Casey comes a-rolling by again with a steaming porter and a smoking stack, and the wheels are striking thunder on the railroad track. There'll be Casey Jr. and the Red Rock too, Wally Cinders and the rest of the crew in a thrilling adventure that's a lot of fun when Casey takes the throttle for another run. Casey Jones, steaming and a-rolling. Casey Jones, you never have to guess when you hear a tooting of the whistle. It's a Casey at the throttle of the Cannonball Express. Casey Jones, steaming and a-rolling. Casey Jones, you never have to guess when you hear a tooting of the whistle. It's a Casey at the throttle of the Cannonball Express.